since the Hmong community and its culture was under attack by local politicians, specifically Bobbie Singh-Allen, in which she stated that our culture, our kinship system, was a controlling and intimidating system used to attack and silence these women. Councilmember Nguyen acknowledged that the statement Bobbie Singh-Allen made about the Hmong culture is racist. Councilmember Suen also acknowledged that the statement was racist. We have in the past met with Bobbie Singh-Allen in the hopes of reaching a resolution, but Bobbie's only motivation was to deter us from moving forward with the recall, and her only notion to a resolution was through a quid pro quo. Bobbie has ceased all communication once she was made aware of the press release by Elk Grove Hmong American that the recall has been approved for circulation.
This was and still is about the pain and the hurt that Bobbie Singh-Allen inflicted upon our community as a whole, not as individuals. Bobbie has never had an interest in resolving this matter peacefully. Bobbie's sole purpose in our meetings was to bribe us so we would stop the recall. In a private meeting with Council Member Stephanie Nguyen, she acknowledged that the council members, knew that the allegations made against the former mayor, Steve Lee, were untrue, and that it was all an orchestrated act for political purposes. It is unfortunate that the former mayor was used as a pawn in these politicians' political games with the usage of public resources for political purposes. Because the former mayor is of Hmong descent, his community and his culture became a target for attacks by politicians like Bobbie Singh-Allen and Jacqueline Moreno. The constant statement by Bobbie Singh-Allen calling anyone who is of Asian descent standing up to speak against what she has said as an associate or an attack dog of the former mayor is racist within itself.
And my name again is Erin Summers, and I'm representing the EGUSD Parent Coalition, and we've come together with the Elk Grove Hmong Association today to show community support for our recall efforts. We are recalling a trustee from Area 6 in Elk Grove, from the Elk Grove Unified School District, trustee Nancy Chaires-Espinoza. And the reason why we are recalling Nancy is that over the past few years, she's really demonstrated that she has committed herself to representing more of the special interests, including the Elk Grove Education Association, over the parent interest. Last year, while all of the 63,000 students of EGUSD were sitting at home working through distance learning, we were working really hard as parents to come together and build support for a movement to reopen our schools. And through that effort, Nancy not only mocked parents and parent voice and inclusion, but at times during board meetings, she intervened to silence that voice. She also stated many times that parents had a time to give input, but that input was very minimal. And through those board meetings, she would often minimize parent public comment from 3 minutes to 2 minutes. And when there was many parents to make a comment on one issue, it was kind of met with sighs and eye rolls. So we feel strongly that she is not representing the parent and student voice of EGUSD, and that's why we're here today to raise awareness about our recall effort.
I have one or two questions, Erin, please.
Sure.
How many signatures do you need? When do you need them by? And how do you plan on getting them?
Sure. So great question. Because EGUSD still is, because of the way that the vote system works in Sac County with Elk Grove, right now it is a system at large, so it is representative body of all of the 180,000 voters. So it equals to be about 10%, so it equals to be about 18,000 signatures by the end of November. I believe it's end of November. I need to check on the exact date. As far as the signature gathering, that's going to be an effort that is going to be a Herculean effort in terms of being able to get out and get out into community events. We've set up a space at the Neighborhood Market, which is in Region 6, to hopefully collect signatures, gain awareness each week, as well as volunteer effort, so trying to gain more volunteers to do it, and if needed, fundraise so that way we can have paid signature gatherers to collect those signatures.
And I have one question for Marie and Cy. How are your efforts coming on the mayor's recall?
Our efforts actually coming on really well. We don't have an exact number of signatures as we have not started counting them. We do have a stack sitting at home waiting to be counted, but because our volunteer team is limited and everybody works on the weekday, we spend the weekend out gathering signatures, either in person or with COVID going around right now. Everything has been done a lot by emails and online.